Also under document setup and file organization are placing images and text, and also the bleed. So that has to do with your document setup, and then also making sure that all your images are going to be look good when it's printed. So let me just start with the place images and text. You have to make sure that they are all from the image folder or text folder unless they are embedded. Embedded means they're actually in the InDesign document. They're not just placed. Right now, I don't have any embedded images. I can tell in my links folder if they're embedded because it'll say embedded. But right now, all of these images for my trifold are okay. It'll tell me. It says there's no errors right now. No errors are detected. But if there is, there would be question marks. And I think I showed you already what that looks like, but I can show you again. I'm opening up the insert that I created for the same brochure. As you can see, there's some similar images, but there's a question mark here for this bit of text, which I actually created in Photoshop, and so it's an image rather than text. And then I think, let's see what other images are missing. I think it's just that one right now. But it shows me right here that there's a missing link. There's a question mark. So if I double click on it, I can make sure to relink it. I think, oh, the problem actually is not that the image is not here anymore. It's the fact that I changed the name of it. I changed it from image 0727 to something else. So I have to go and find it. I called it Jeremy because it's Jeremy and it was his back. So because I called it something else and I changed the name after I linked it, placed it, whatever, then now it's confused. So I just have to relink it. I hit open and now it's fixed. But if I didn't do that, when this went to print, this image, although you can see it in InDesign, it's just a memory. So it'll be very pixelated. Like it saves a very pixelated version and embeds it into the InDesign file to kind of preview to show you what it's supposed to look like. But if you print that, it does not look good. And so many times, like I've seen that where it's blurry, and it wasn't blurry. This was a very high quality image. Like if you actually open it up in Photoshop, it's extremely high resolution. You can zoom in really close and see all these little blades of grass. So I know that it's not a bad quality image, which goes to my next point. Make sure that the file, the image that you're placing, is a quality image. If it's over quality, that's fine. If it's under quality, that's bad. Like I don't want you to just take some small image from, let's see, if I go to Google Images, and then I just look up like Alaska mountains or something, and then it's this tiny little thumbnail of something, and then I just blow it up. So let's see, let me just click on some random image. So there's all different, like online, images might look clear, but when they're printed, you have to think that the print quality has to be at least 4 times larger. So if it's this looks like maybe 1.5 inches by about 2.5 inches, something like that. If it's that on screen and it looks okay, you actually have to have an image that's 4 times larger so that it'll be printed at, to look good printed at 1.5 by 2.5 inches, because screen quality is only a quarter of the file size. So just keep that in mind. So if I wanted to get an image from online, I'd have to get a really big image and shrink it down for it to look good printed. That's like the best way I can explain it. If you have any more questions about that, ask me during class and I'll try to think of some more examples. So yes, that's what I mean. It must be print quality. It has to look good, and the best way to test it is just to print it out and see how it looks. Make sure it doesn't look pixelated. You can't see the little squares of color that make it up. And then also make sure in Photoshop that the file mode is in CMYK, and then also that the file itself is 300 dpi. And then regarding the bleed, I'll save that for another video.